town outside St. Petersburg. Truly powerful place to stand earlier. This is something that every Soviet family had, produced in Leningrad. Ghostbusters 21.40. So much history in Vsevolozhsk. We're gonna check out. It is a bit rough.
Это мои родители полетели.
Да? В чем сила, брат? Okay, it's super. Vsevolozhsk. I'm gonna show you a little bit of Finlandskyi metro station. Leaving from Finlandskyi Vokzal, it's the lower point. Finlandskyi Vokzal going to Delna, and to the left that's Primorsk, Vsevolozhsk. We are heading actually to the east, going to Melnitsky Ruchey. It's the middle of the right ones. But yeah, here we can see the not McDonald's restaurant. So yeah, the trip cost me here to get there and back. That's 24-minute ride. It's outside St. Petersburg. It's actually it's Leningradsky Oblast, and it cost me 106 rubles. That's 1.5 euros there and back, 2 tickets to another city. That's pretty cool. All right, this dude is not doing good. Half dead from drinking. All right, guys. So. Gonna be traveling to Vsevolozhsk, and we are now on the Finlandskyi station. All right, going to Vsevolozhsk from Finlandskyi Vokzal. And that's our train. It's gonna take 20 minutes from St. Pete's. It's heading to Ladersk Ozero Lake, to Lake Ladoga station. That's a sales woman. She's probably selling ice cream and stuff. All right, heading this hill here. There goes the train. Alright guys, first time in Vsevolozhsk. Here it is, check it out. Vsevolozhskaya. It's a mouthful. Vsevolozhsk is the city. The station is Vsevolozhskaya. We're gonna check out a few places and the normal life here in St. Petersburg, Vsevolozhsk. We already can see since all the way from St. Petersburg there's white columns by the railway tracks, and most often right after the station. We're gonna see here, over there, the white one. That's the Road of Life marking. I think it's marked every 1 kilometer. And here it is. It says there's the Soviet insignia on top, and it says Дорога жизни 14th kilometer of road of life. Here is the road of life tracks.
Чернику девочки берем, пожалуйста, черничку. Брусничка, черничка, говорю.
So there we can see Vsevolozhsk, city rights 1963. We're in Vsevolozhsk and we're gonna check out the city. How is life outside St. Petersburg? This is a small city, but still it's a city. So welcome to join my channel, my episode. First time here. Looks nice. So we're gonna be checking out how's life here in Vsevolozhsk, and it looks a little bit like a beach city, kurortny, you know. I'm gonna tell you a bit about the city, some basic knowledge. So we are now actually walking to the north side of the city, and I have prepared a small map, things we need to visit. We're gonna check out the city life in Vsevolozhsk. We're gonna check out some other stuff, sites, basically shop after shop on the street. This is a small city of 60,000 people. So we're now in Vsevolozhsk, which is a small 60,000 population city to the east of St. Petersburg. So we're now in Vsevolozhsk, which is a small 60,000 population city to the east of St. Petersburg. It's an administrative center of Vsevolozhsk, of this region, Vsevolozhsk region in Leningradsky Oblast. It's located actually 24 kilometers east from St. Pete, and it feels very different than St. Pete, even different than big centers of St. Petersburg, like neighborhoods. It feels like a different place. What else? This name Vsevolozhsk comes from a manufacturer who was living here. He created jobs here in the 18th century, I believe, or 19th century. I'm not sure when. I think it's 18th century. Fact check. And that's why this place carries his name. Without him, his factories, there wouldn't be any Vsevolozhsk city. A lot of non-Russians here actually, right away. The city is remarkable because here is a good first place to visit, a nice church. The city is remarkable because it had a huge role there in the Second World War, Great Patriotic War. It served as the main city of Road of Life, which was the only connection between full blockade of the Nazis. So Road of Life, if you don't know, that's how all the materials, food was transported, keeping millions of people alive. Nevertheless, even though a million people died civilians died in Leningrad back in 1940s. Most of the people living here actually commute to St. Petersburg, and it's not a touristic place because I think nobody heard even English here because people are looking at me weird, unlike in St. Petersburg. But this is Russia. Things change really quickly when you go away from main city, you know. Basically it's like a town already, but most of the people commute daily to St. Petersburg, and it's a 24-minute ride, or 29, so it's no problem, and you're probably able to get more cheaper housing here, etc. So understandable. So this place has 3 railway stations, which are actually historical as well. And the first one is Berngardovka, then there's Vsevolozhskaya, which I departed from, and then there's the third one, Vernyi Raylway. It has 11 cultural heritage monuments and federal significance. This place is important because this is also a Ingrian Finnish area. It all have Finnish names. We're gonna check out. I'm not sure about Vernyi Raylway, which is in Finnish Myllyoja, but we're gonna check out Vsevolozhsk, which is in Finnish Vsevolozhskyi. Then this Ryabova, which is Rääpyvä. Is it Rääpylä? Rääpyvä? Yes, Rääpyvä in Finnish as well, since this is all Ingria. All right, so let's check out this interesting news location. We're in the farm, almost in the farm. There's a small city, Vsevolozhskyi, Vsevolozhsk. We're now walking on Vsevolozhskyi prospekt, and the first thing we see is, first time we see is a lot of people from Caucasus areas. But first thing we see here is a Holy Trinity Church, Святой Троицкий. I think so. Let's check it out. You can buy statues here for your loved ones that's passed away. Beautiful wooden church. Here it is. Русская православная Russian Church, Московский патриархат, Выборгская епархия, Vsevolozhsk. Check it out. Really cool place. Children's playground. That's a modern thing. This is for the priests. Let's check out secretly from the inside. We shouldn't be going in. visit. I like it. Really beautiful. There's his own church bells behind the cage over there. Really, really beautiful. Russian churches are always beautiful, and I really like the wooden ones. And let's go on forward to from this peaceful courtyard of the church to a much noisier Vsevolozhskyi prospekt, which is, well, not that loud since I just literally came 30 minutes from St. Petersburg. We're gonna check out also, by the way, these living houses, apartments as well, a bit later. Since this is the first few minutes that I've arrived here, so I wanna get to know this place a bit more. There's a lot of children from, I don't know, Armenia or those areas, Uzbeks. I think this is just because there's a lot of not foreigners, but people moving from the south. I think this is like the even cheaper way to live and work in St. Petersburg for them. Here's a small kiosk for the church if you need to buy candles and icons and whatever. Oh. This is a nice looking mansion under repair. But it looks nice. Shopping mall. Onwards in Vsevolozhsk. And I have officially got used to pronouncing its name. People been asking me to film outside St. Petersburg, sure, meaning other big cities. I will get there. But this was one place I wanted to visit and expand my St. Petersburg map. Car, what's the word for it? Well, yeah. You can see some old, beautiful buildings here in new commercial use. This has probably been some kind of a mansion for rich people. At least there's more space than in St. Petersburg. Oh wow, wooden houses. This is a newer one, but this looks old. And it is old. Nice. Well, yeah, you can see here. This is one of the places that is what's the word? Historically important locations. This is redakция газеты Nevskaya Zarya. This was the place, the office of Nevskaya Zarya media house, well, magazine, was established in 1936, built in 1912. You can can see some old Vsevolozhskyi 44, even the text, the paint. Проходите. Nice. Check out this small roof over here from the entryway. And next to it, this place smells really good. The lady was going there. So here we have the main dude, so sort of founding father of the city, probably unknowingly, since it became a city much later in 1900s. But here is Vsevolozhskyi, the dude who started it all. He's got a huge bulge in his trousers. Is it because he's a real manly man? I don't know. But this looks cool. So this is how he looks. The main dude of the town. He founded in the 1800s. He's some kind of factories. He's the manufacturer of Vsevolozhsk. What's his name? Vsevolod Andreevich. So we're gonna move on the next on this prospect. Right, we are heading forward north. Gonna check out the ordinary life in Vsevolozhsk before I go into the next location. There are a few locations I marked on my way to the north of Vsevolozhsk, and then gonna head back. But now we're just chilling here. It looks cool. It feels on the really far from St. Petersburg, because it's a town, even though it's a city. The amount of people living here is over city limits, which is here is 59,000 citizens population. Some abandoned places next to brand new ones. Here's Восточная кухня. Is it open? So it means Eastern cuisine. No, it's business is they're out of business. Here's some proof that we are away from main city, because the asphalt changes quickly. Not all roads are even covered in asphalt because it's a town. But nevertheless, the energy is correct. I feel good. A lot of shops. Peaceful street, you know. Can you feel it? Parикмахерская Aphrodita, a barber Aphrodita. What's the female version? Hairdresser. Theatric cashier will do. Place to buy tickets to theaters. Театральная касса. Russia is since there's so many theaters, etc. There's a certain place you can buy all the tickets, or online, of course. Small town buildings might look like this. I recognize this. We're in the Vsevolozhskyi prospekt. It smells like nature. Private areas, private houses, people selling stuff by the road, since this is probably the main street to town and to railway station. Here you can see once again only this road is asphalted. And you might say, as what? Asphalted. Is that a word? Up ahead we can see already some bigger houses. This is probably the original. Behind me probably is like maybe newer Vsevolozhsk, and actually older. And I do recall that this area around this train station I left, Vsevolozhskyi, is the older one, and it expanded from there. So that's why there's only smaller, lower buildings, quieter, and I think up ahead might be like more modern neighborhood-like houses, like with multi-store apartment buildings, etc. Girlfriend meeting boyfriend. Man, it's actually quite idyllic here, I gotta say. Idyllic. Some babushkas looking from the private house. Really nice house. Beautiful. You don't see those buildings in St. Petersburg no more. Here's a number one place to go and buy clothes. It says Одежда. Just kidding, it looks empty. This is how the gas actually is transmitted. This is quite often the case, still in Soviet Russia, in Russia. Sometimes it feels like a Soviet Russia. So yeah, these are gas pipes. Oi. Here's some church stuff, I think. Церковная лавка. Shopping center, белые ночи, white nights. It's the opposite of the Deep Purple song, Black Night. Not really idyllic anymore. It's a shop and it's a marketplace. I think I'm gonna get in and check it out. I'm gonna drink this coffee away. All right, we are in Vsevolozhsk, and in this video I'm gonna check out Белые ночи, рынок, meaning market, and let's see how's the town outside St. Petersburg and market out here looks like. I hope I won't get thrown out like in the other place. Okay, it's super. It smells bad. So it's clothing, одежда для женщин. And this is like a true Soviet experience. Dinosaur. Это что такое? Кость динозавра? Что такое?
Конечно, задняя нога. Что не сгребется,
Wow. I asked her if it's a dinosaur meat, a dinosaur leg. She said, of course. Children's clothing. So this is a true Soviet. Here's some fish. Places are actually a little bit empty though. This is not a popular place. Is it a dying city? Bikes and stuff, mechanical stuff. Women's clothing. Oh, wow, but this is like 50% emptied. It's gotta be the sanctions, I'm sure. It's gotta be. I mentioned this here is if you buy 2 shirts if you want Ukrainian flag out of them. Children's stuff. It continues. Сюда продолжается. Oh, it continues even here. Here is Finnish Marimekko copy. This is a huge place. Huge place, seriously. Shops everywhere. The only thing that is lacking is the customers, and it's okay. It's $4.50, and it's $4.50. That means people are not yet back from St. Petersburg working. This is a closed area. О, сколько это стоит?
Стоит 4,5, 54, 56
Зимняя,
размер.
да? А, ну мне маленькая, да. Точнее,
54,
ну да.
56.
Хорошо. Спасибо. Closed drugstore.
Да, у нас не рабочая половина. Молодой человек. Там никого нет.
Alright, so they have all sorts of stuff, just like in Soviet times. This is where I came from, back to the original route. There's a place to try it on. We can continue. Ah, it's all closed. Oh, it looks sad actually. Здрасте.
В смысле, не утрамбованный, да?
A lot of women's clothes and all sorts of stuff. Alright, this was Vsevolozhskyi Белые ночи market, рынок, and one thing I recall strongly, it smells like toilet, a bit like piss, like a public toilet, but it's like a jump into a Soviet era. Alright, continue on with my market playlist. If you like Russian markets, check out my other videos from St. Petersburg and elsewhere, and also Sestroretsk, etc. Alright, thanks for watching, bye bye. Continue on Vsevolozhskyi prospekt. We have now entered the suburban area of Vsevolozhsk. Here is multi-store. This is 10-story building, 10-9, didn't count that much. Moving on forwards to the north. And I like it here, even though it's a little bit like a quiet town, very quiet, and I love it. That's what I've been actually trying to film. There's some nice bakery, typical. Not hungry yet. And this is Soviet buildings, looking well in decent shape for a Soviet building. We're gonna of course check out also the inner courtyards, because that's what I do. And wow, check it out what I just found. It was yesterday by the Alexander Nevsky monastery in St. Petersburg, filming. There's next to that monastery is beautiful artwork about this legendary Russian movie. This actor, I don't remember his name, from the Brother movie. В чем сила, брат? Where lies the power? He asked. And wow, this is awesome. В чем сила, брат? Great movie. Check it out. Abandoned area between buildings. Nice. They should build a new building here, since traveling here is convenient. 30 minutes by train, if it's relatively cheaper. If it's much cheaper, then it's great, since you're able to work in St. Petersburg and live here. It smells like grass, cut grass. Here's lawyer working, юридическая помощь. Some kiosks. Meat kiosk. And there's vegetables, and the difference is actually all of these sellers are not from Caucasus, like, you know, Armenians or Uzbeks. And that's the case usually in St. Petersburg. All of them are Kyrgyzs, Uzbeks, Armenians. They're all sellers. See a German flag, German leather boots. Here is meat again. Nice. Should we go in already? We'll go forward for a while, then we'll get to the neighborhoods. Ooh, almost almost hit the window. Vernyi Universam. This is a grocery store, and you don't have this one here in St. Petersburg. This is some local one. Vernyi Universam. This is a grocery store, and you don't have this one here in St. Petersburg. This is some local one. I need actually water. A small visit to this store. Is it so different than in St. Petersburg? Just a quick visit. I need just to grab a water. Here is all kinds of curd snacks, yogurts, drinking yogurts. Prices are the same. How about milk? Enough of milk for sure. What is this milk? No, that's cheap milk actually. Good price. It's probably local. Vsevolozhsk. I think it's local production. That's why it's cheaper. Otherwise, the price has gone up for like 30%. Enough of cheese. Do you have Vsevolozhskyi? It's becoming rare. Shops. They actually put in these into this one so people wouldn't steal it because it's expensive one. It's almost €5 pack. Well, I'm gonna have a beer. Good idea. Some pastries, 35% discounts, good prices. Everything is the same price as in St. Petersburg, and everything is not missing. Nothing is missing quickly. Watch quickly, but the prices have gone up everywhere. In the Finnish Lapin cool days here. What do we want to drink? I like Tuborg lately. I drank yesterday. 68, that's €1. Danish Tuborg. Here is still water. Also. And this is basically the countryside.
Да, 49 стоит, вот только 10.
Вот, давайте.
Не. Это местная сеть какая-то или магазин? Магазин ваш?
Верный.
А?
Верный.
Верный? А что это означает?
Название магазина.
А, да,
102 рубля.
спасибо. Не надо чего. All right. Short commentary. She was amazed by my question. But I asked, is this a local chain? She was like, Vernyi. Vernyi, like what? It's the name. Okay. It wasn't what I asked. But short reporting from Vsevolozhsk. It seems no difference. People be saying outside St. Petersburg there's nothing. Well, it seems that everything is fine. Stuff is on the shelf. Prices are the same. The prices have gone up, but actually here was a lot of stuff. Milk, some other things that were even cheaper than in St. Petersburg. Probably local productions or productions by manufacturers that are not able to get into St. Petersburg. It's a tight business. But so, what you guys think? How was this countryside shop for you, grocery store, after sanctions, during sanctions, whatever you want to call it? Not too much reporting about the prices, but I don't have time. I'm filming neighborhood life. I'm filming the locations here in Vsevolozhsk. So, plus my battery life is running low. All right, see you guys. Please subscribe. I'm gonna drink this beer.
Они уже знают.
Да. То есть он, наверное, не голодный.
Не знаю, если чем выбрасывать, то лучше.
Ну я его зову такой, я хотел его заснять еще это. А он это идет, ему пофиг. Мне тут вкусная еда есть для него и все. И люблю это кормить бездомных. Если вижу, жалко их.
Вкусными живут, потому что у всех собаки.
А, и что?
Раньше же они боятся собак.
Да.
Собаки угоняют.
Пройдет, я ему дам покушать. Или вы его позовете?
Ну, я его не знаю. Вот тут такой, как вы говорите, такой есть в этой вообще в общей парадной.
Угу.
Серенький один, так симпатичный.
Угу. Да,
Ну,
такой
вот
маленький, хороший.
Вот это, наверное, он.
Да. Ну, с линиями.
Здрасте.
С линиями такой мальчик.
Вот.
Да.
Это не чайкост. Но он такой молоденький.
Да.
Только появился.
Ну вот. Просто бывают коты, которые видно, что им еда. Ну,
Этого года.
а?
Этого года, наверное, 22-го.
Ну да. Есть коты, которые голодные, им хочется помочь, а он такой, видно, что...
Ну вот их кормят там.
Или
эти
на третьем, да?
Люди с парадной.
Ну, слава богу, что люди добрые. А это сам первый раз вот в Vsevolozhsk приехал.
Да?
Я из Питера, сам я из Финляндии, а приезжаю в Питер, потому что Мне там хорошо.
Совсем из Финляндии? Настоящий?
А не, я Игорь. Но так-то с 93-го там живу. Для финнов я русский, для русских я, может быть, фин. Вот такая ситуация. А сюда я люблю снимать, я снимаю Питер много. Сейчас подумал, я поеду подальше, тут хочу Vsevolozhsk поснимать, потом поснимать Колпино. Вот. Такие, и дальше. Гатчину уже год назад снимал, там супер.
А вы это поедете к разорванному кольцу? Это наш памятник.
Да,
вот
но...
На горе.
У моря, у озера, которое?
Озеро, которое.
Ну, я его знаю, но сейчас я просто без машины, так что я пешком. Я хочу дойти до...
Автобус ходит.
Да?
Тут недалеко.
Да, ну надо когда-то.
Любой автобус, который в гору поднимается.
То есть, ну город, а вы отсюда прям? Или...
Я отсюда.
И всю жизнь тут жили?
Ну, вот я вообще-то этих репрессировал.
Это что?
Это мои родители были финны.
Да?
Они были высланы в 42 году.
Ого.
Я
Интересно.
родилась на севере.
Ага.
Вот там закончила школу, приехала тут. Их сначала их убрали, да?
Ага.
И потом в 55 году разрешили, но в Ленинград не пускали. В Ленинградскую область.
Да.
Они были все в Карелии. А старший дядя у нас был не женатый, холостой. Он приехал и начал хлопотать с этим домом. Долго хлопотал, потом мы хлопотали. И потом мы все приехали. Мать моя, например, заработала там пенсию и приехала.
А ингермаланцевы, то есть?
Ингермаланцы.
Ну, я тоже. Мой дедушка тоже был ингермаланец.
А вы не были в эвакуации?
Нет, точнее, я не знаю, дедушку, я знаю, тоже отослали куда-то подальше.
Не эвакуация, вот эти ссылки. Кто как там был?
Ага. И дедушка у меня тоже так репрессированный. И... Это же Vsevolozhskyi на финском.
Vsevolozhsk это и был Vsevolozhsk. Это
да.
Вот от этого.
Да, а на финском Vsevolozhskyi.
Да.
Похож очень, ну то есть...
А я языка не знаю, у нас там не было.
Да.
Всего только 2 или 3 семьи. Не с кем было.
Да, конечно.
Вот это.
А они на финском говорили прям?
Ну, конечно, между собой или там как. Ну, у меня мать была одна. Отец умер, отец был русский. Так, тот оттуда.
А мама, то есть финка?
Мама финка.
Ага.
Вот. А эти остальные, у них семья была большая, их 8 человек, 6 детей и отец, матерь. Остальные были дома. Мать была на работе, в Артемягах она работала. А они из Токсова, они попали в Якутию.
Ага.
А мать потом попала уже отдельно от них в Тюменскую область.
А вы потом как сюда? Тут родились?
А я по 10 классов закончила, приехала уже, вот с Финки жили. Ну тогда ничего этого не было. Это началось в 90-е годы. И потом уже никого жиров-то не было. И я начала делать. 20 лет делала. Шмагали то туда такую справку, то такую справку, то такую справку. Вот у меня подруга есть на севере, Вера. Ну, она мне еще помогла. Мне не надо было хоть ездить или писать, а она там на месте ходила.
А дети уже тут приехали, в другое место или все тут живут?
Мы жили в Токсово.
Токсово, да.
И Токсово, да. А Токсово это наш район.
Да, я знаю. Проезжал, кажется, нет сейчас?
Нет.
Если из Питера ехать поездом.
Нет, на поезде нет. Токсово это по другой ветке.
Ну я просто гуглил, значит, я смотрел как раз районы, которые посмотреть, заснять.
Ну вот, и это наш район, и здесь начали строить вот эти кооперативные дома. И я, значит, вступила. Ждала 11 лет, мать уже не дождалась. Ну и вот так вот получилось в этом доме. Это был кооперативный.
Это какого года дом?
Живу уже 40 лет. 42. Теперь опять, вы знаете, потихонечку объединили этот пенсионный фонд и собес. Вот этот. объединились, да? И вдруг оказалось, что я не репрессированная, а дитё войны. Но я подхожу туда тоже. Но это же не одно и то же. Правда?
Не слышал слова. Как? Не депрессивно,
Ну, дети войны.
да. Это не то, да, это не то же самое.
Это не то же самое. И там были хорошие льготы, они все это по себе. Ну, в общем, надо опять начинать сначала.
Да? Ну, не сдавайтесь, если за правду, если так вот.
Ну, эта репрессия 92 рубля вот с моей зарплаты.
Дополнительная?
Нет, когда я оформляла,
Стоило.
ну вот я работала медсестрой, зарплата у меня небольшая, и, значит, 92 рубля 50% оттуда было. Вот, но хорошие льготы были, все бесплатно.
Да.
А они потихоньку отнимают. Вот за эту квартиру я за всех платила 50%. И до мужа этого, и до мужа. Ну, в общем, вот так. А сейчас опять стало хуже. А Финляндия жалуется. Вот, они открыли границу. Вот, и, в общем, к русским они ничего такого, неплохо относятся. Приезжай, покупай, соседи там, продавай, это можно. А там получились раздали же украинцам паспорта эти русские. И они всех вынули туда. Там за шенгенскими визами.
Да, да.
И теперь опять там прекратили. Они Запад не согласны, они же едут к ним. Финляндия им не нужна.
Да, но этим не выйдет, если узнается, что основная точка не Финляндия, отказывает визы, да. Сейчас вот конфликта в Украине, не хотят, чтобы русские приезжали.
Из-за этого, да.
Да.
То зачем едет? Это же не это.
Вот, посмотрим, что будет. Или вот. Это другой.
Это другой, это из этого дома, это старый кошка или кот, она все
будет кушать?
Конечно, будет, это голодная.
Давайте покормим. У меня есть.
Тих, иди сюда. Она придет, она не боится.
Сейчас давайте
Ну, уж ей туда как-нибудь придет.
Он голодный хоть? Потому что я хочу кормить голодных.
Будет.
Ой, какой! Смотри. Он уличный? Он уличный прям? Да? О, с аппетитом.
Пошла, я пошла в баню.
А мы с вами...
Такая похожая есть вот дома.
Да, но я ее видел. Это не та, которая шла. Та была серенькая. Еще дать или другому?
Больше никто не придет. Его бы разорвать, так что помню.
Да, все выйдет сейчас. На тебе, кушай.
Ладно, надо идти.
Да. Приятно поговорить с вами. До свидания, всего хорошего. Just a random talk with an old lady. We'll continue on. Vsevolozhsk city, suburban area, neighborhood. We're gonna walk and check out the life here. Check it out. Please subscribe. Just talked with the old granny, Babushka. Then I also fed a cat, homeless cat. This place was built 40 years ago, she told me. It looks a bit rough on edges for sure, but it's decent, it's okay. Nice looking. It's they're done into tires, some flowers, etc. We're gonna check out how does it look inside. Dom 14, house number 14. We're inside the Soviet buildings. This is how people lived, and I remember it from my youth. We lived actually, it's just the same. People use like leather doors. This is for the postal services. Check out the floor. Soviet floor. It is a bit rough, sure. Let's go one floor up. Some people have wooden doors. Number 23. Unlike some of the buildings I remember from my childhood or youth, they don't smell, this doesn't smell bad at all. Sometimes they do, in Soviet times or in the 90s. Here is some people selling stuff, rules of regulations, fire safety. Nice. This is how some people live here. They actually pick stuff from there because they can't afford it. So check it out. Oh wow, what the hell? This is hardcore. This is something I can't sugarcoat. People drink tea over here. What the hell is going on? Typical Russian entry into a building. Man, it's a rough looking building. And more Soviet era buildings. Jeez. They try to make it look better with these flowers here. Город Vsevolozhsk. All right, we're gonna go forward. We're gonna go back to Vsevolozhsk prospekt over there. Ghostbusters. Man, I need to definitely film more outside St. Petersburg. I love St. Petersburg, stuff happen, but here it's even, well, it's different, let's put it like this. Here is Ulitsa Zavodskaya, the one we crossed earlier. Some lady working on some maybe flowers, I hope. Newer buildings, Kulturskaya Шоссе. Wow, a proper, this is very Finland-like and something I love. Proper forest as a playground. Nice. Now this hood is way better than the previous one. Parking spot for pigeons. And here is the trash area. Relatively clean. These buildings are, this building is really renovated, or even new one. The next one is as well. And here, check it out. This is something that every Soviet family had. When was it? Цена одна пояса СССР. Moskovsky prospekt, produced in Leningrad. Tumba, Приобратная. This is like, this is something really cool. I need to take a photo. And every family in Soviet Union had this. We had this as well. Did you have that? Let me know in the comments if you're from Soviet Union. You know what I'm talking about. It's really peaceful here and really cool. Check it out, this hallway, this pathway. Renovations undergoing. We're gonna go forward and turn to the right to the prospekt, Vsevolozhskyi prospekt. We are now on Leningradskaya Ulitsa, Leningrad, St. Petersburg, baby. This is cool. I like it since they actually have real trees here. Something you don't see anymore in St. Petersburgian neighborhood. Check it out. We have here their ping pong table. It's seen better days. have even here you have wild berries. That's the online shop. There it is. Ulitsa Balashov Street. Man, it's cool here. This is way better. The one I saw earlier, that was some a rough place to visit. Here is, this is beautiful. A good place to have sports. There's another trash area for the next neighborhood outside the neighborhood, because behind that we can see the new neighborhood. What are these small houses here? Don't know. Now that's a rough road. Check it out. Man, I have mixed feelings about this place, even though in general I like it, since I have the nostalgia when I come to these places, but I like it, but how about you? Do you like it? Sure, it doesn't translate into a camera. All the things I see and feel and smell, you know. Here is quite brand new, I think brand new building. Quite new building. Really nice. And that's the prospekt Vsevolozhskyi. We're gonna go there actually. Gonna go there since we are headed north in our outside St. Petersburg. Truly powerful place to stand earlier. This is something that every Soviet family had, produced in Leningrad. Ghostbusters 21.40. So much history in Vsevolozhsk. We're gonna check out. It is a bit rough.
Это мои родители были.
Да? В чем сила, брат? Okay, it's super. Vsevolozhsk. So right by the Vsevolozhsk prospect, we see this the House of Aviators museum. I don't know if it's closed or open. It looks awesome. I'm gonna check it out from outside first. I don't think they're gonna let me in. It's closed, I guess. But I don't have time to pay. Hey, it's open. All right, nice. I think it's just, is it under construction or what? But check this out. Dom Aviators, they have a real life plane over here. I think from the Soviet era, of course from the Soviet era, but maybe from the Second World War era. Oh wow. Check this out. And you can just come close and just, you know, touch it, which is always nice. Soviet stars. Check this out, what a beautiful plane. And I can actually touch it, go under it. This is amazing. There we can see inside of it. That's the cockpit. You can see below and forward. This is awesome. So I'm in Vsevolozhsk, not far from St. Petersburg, and you can see a real life Second World War plane just come in. At least for me it was open. I don't know how, but it was. So keep on watching. Dom Aviatorov. I think it's gonna be a museum a bit later. It looks like brand new. Can you touch this? This is, yeah, it is metal, or I don't know, maybe wood actually, renovated. But this is like true, real life star, real life metal. And we're gonna check out the memoriam over there. This looks really nice. They probably have different stuff inside this museum later on. Right now it looks just finished. Might be actually open already. It is open. There's a video going on over there about the planes in World War II, Great Patriotic War. Right next to a suburb. This is good. Brand new house also, something we don't see that much. And check it out, here's the statue memorial for those who did the great deed, the greatest deed in the war, 1941 to 45. Wow. Across the Dom Aviatorov House of Aviators, this here behind me is the road of life, Dom Жизни, Дорога жизни, Дорога жизни. Right now, quite disrespected by this huge traffic and angry drivers, but we can see on the cross the House of Aviators, we can see one of the many statues and memorials for road of life, because this was constantly bombarded by the Germans, because they knew they couldn't just fully encircle Leningrad, just 99.9%. And this is what they did. It says «Дорогой жизни, щел к нам хлеб, дорогой дружбы многих и многим. Еще не знают на земле страшней и радостней дороги». Ольга Бергольф. Road of Life gave us bread, brought many, the road brought many to many. People don't know on earth more horrible and happy road. Well, bad translation, but you get the point. It brought many joy, but it had to go, it went through a lot to be maintained. Definitely not honoring this place, this road now. This is monument on the Rumbolovsky mountain, which is there, you can see. It says that Rumbulska mountain is a memorial that belongs to the green belts of glory of Leningrad, erected by workers on the Fruns district of Leningrad on the Road of Life in 1967 in Vsevolozhsk. The memorial is located at the slopes of high mountain of San. Of laying the first stone of the memorial assembled took place on 7th May 1965 in honor of 20th anniversary of victory in the Great Patriotic War. And the 20 birch trees were planted. There you can see behind me these birch trees. The monument made in the shape of metal oak and laurel leaves, which symbolize life and glory. And the corn in front of them is to symbolize the new life. Next to monument is steel with images of trucks and text of the poem. Through the road of life came our bread, the road of many people's friendship. Not yet was known on earth such terrible and joyful road. Truly powerful place to stand, understanding what people went through. It's very hard. That's the road of life. I just came up, well, small section of it, and of course, just came up from down there, from that previous location, on my way to the next location. And here is a church, which is something I want to show you because it's looking nice. It's a Храм Спаса Нерукотворного образа. I cannot fix it. This probably doesn't help you guys. С Богом. Check it out. This is a beautiful place. That's probably not the main entrance. It is. Трапеза мызе Рябова. Okay, so this is Ryabova is in Finnish. It's Rääpyvä, and here's the church. Here's the history of the church. It was established in 1899. Check it out. Крестный ход поселок Рябова. Some, I don't know, royals were here. And we are now actually in a place called Ryabova. And this is how I know that we are in Finnish. It used to be Ingrian Finn location. It's Rääpyvä. All right, check it out. Beautiful. This is Chasonia. It's a chapel, small chapel, beautiful. Also, I love it. I love it here. And there's a memorial. The next location we're gonna go right next to us. And this is in new Russian Orthodox churches. They build something like this. This is a new thing. I haven't seen it before. It's for children, naturally. And this Церковня Lavka, selling stuff for, like I mentioned earlier. All right, we're gonna go straight ahead from this church here in Vsevolozhsk to the next location. Beautiful. Wow, Jesus Christ icon up there. We're gonna go out and check the memorial of the Road of Life. All right, managed to run across the Road of Life to this location. Oh wow, what is this? It's a memorial, and also for the truck memorial, because these trucks was what brought all that material to Leningrad, that saved millions of lives, literally millions. These are people's names. Oh, is this children's names? Not sure. And that's the Route 9268. Was it the one that fell down? There's the font, the yeah, children's support, what you call that, financial fund to support their families, something like that. Oh my god, yes. It's a Sad Pameti, it's the Sad is the, well, park, basically what you call it, park of memories. Memorial экипажу и пассажирам рейса 7К. So this is the memorial for the staff and the passengers of route 7K 9268 погибшим. They died in 2015 over in Egypt. So yes, this is not all the things around us are about the Second World War road of life, but this is for in the memory of those people who died. Very sad. We are moving on to the next location because we need to see as much as we can from Vsevolozhsk. And here's the truck, память машины солдата. So the memorial for car soldiers, so to speak. Here's the it's the Russian helmet. Sorry, Russian helmets. Памятник сооружен благотворительным фондом. So this was erected by the people. Check it out. Barbed wire, Georgian ribbons. And here's the car. Oh my god. These trucks carried probably millions of tons of supplies. Standing on the barbed wire fence. So much history in Vsevolozhsk, so much history. It's very, very touching. So here's the memorial for Дорога жизни, road of life. Commemorative kilometer post. This is post number 10, meaning it's the 10th kilometer of this road of life, and it continues there towards the Lake Ladoga. They crossed the lake with supplies and continued to St. Petersburg, then Leningrad. People are working here on the park. We're gonna check out the next memorial. There's so much to see. Very, very touching memory of you will save the upcoming generations. Slava вас переживет века. Not sure how to translate it. So much. So this was such a huge deed. Such a life-saving, country, nation-saving thing, basically. Подвиги ваши бессмертны. Your deeds will live on forever. That's what it said. There's another memorial here on the square of memorials, I guess. So this whole park is basically a memorial park, of course. And here it says 1941 to 45, Вечная слава героям. Павшим в боях. It's commemorating the heroes for Russia, for fatherland. Here we can see the I think it's a bigger ship. Let's see what it's called. It's the ship is called PSP. This was released in 1944. It's 380 millimeters long. So. Plita. I'm not sure. What's that? So okay, this thing, what it's standing on, that was the actual metallic aerodrome from the First World War. This was located in военный аэродром времен Kildin, at the Barents Sea. That's what it says. So one plate was 41 kilograms, 3 meters long. And the ship, this is EL4. EL4 was released in 39 to 45, 6 people personnel, constructed by Ilyushin. It's 14.8 meters long and 21.44 meters wide. 4 people were 5.8 thousand kilograms. Wow. There was a pilot, commander, Sturman, firemen. I mean firemen, not the well, you get it, those who fire. Check this out. Oh wow. It's probably hollow from inside, mostly. The propellers are wooden because, I don't know. Wow, it's a huge plane. To actually be standing here is awesome. You can actually touch it. Well, you probably shouldn't climb on it except if you're a child. And I'm standing on the actual aerodrome plates. This is really impressive. EL4. Is that a broken window or is it supposed to be with a cloth? So here, actual some probably recreated the trenches and fire positions, gunfire position. I would like to cover it with a drone, but don't have it with me here in Russia. So these are light air defenses. This is properly preserved, really nice. This is some kind of a bunker, really cool. Check this out. I'm gonna check this. Gunfire battery. So this here is 61K, released in 1939. Here's for even a recreation of ammunition thing, package. And there's 3 of them here in this park. A place for a shooter to sit and operate. It sort of works. Let's check out the bunker here. So here is a disguised bunker, land bunker. I have actually pretty decent knowledge about the bunkers of the First World War. I filmed every base of Helsinki Russian Empire, built in 1914 to 1918. And sure, this is something that's much more modern. What I'm used to a big and concrete ones. Here is 52K, much bigger gun that we just saw. Wow. And a small section of recreated trench. Weapon ammunition storages. Here we are entering the bunker. All right, this is a very touching place. Hope you guys enjoyed to see this, not being happy, but enjoyed, were interested. Subscribe and keep on watching next episode.